So, boys, we got JJK episode 7, Evening Festival. So, this episode starts pretty quickly with the fight between Mahito and Mekamaru. Mek's got a lot on his plate as he has to defeat both Mahito and Geto. Good luck with that shit. But then we get the beginnings of what seems like the Shibuya incident arc. Very exciting stuff. So, as the battle starts between Mekamaru and Mahito, Mekamaru is kind of learning that not all of his curse bombs and beams are actually hurting Mahito's soul. And now Mahito is actually trying to draw Mekamaru out of his mech because he knows he really ain't got hands like that. So I thought this fight was actually pretty beautifully made. I don't think this was like one of the big episodes for the animation crew, but they still did a great job. But we also learned that Mahito is strong enough to break through that large mech's armor. I was very surprised by this, but he can pretty much brute force destroy this thing.
I mean, dude, he came in with the gum giant pistol.
I did notice that.
He blew his hand up. It was huge. A lot of references in this episode is what I'm going to say.
I didn't really catch any of the references. I was just too busy watching the fighting because it was a pretty good at least 10 minutes of fighting in the beginning. So
yeah, I mean, we started off right where we left off the last episode, and it was on go from the title screen there. And I thought it was funny that Mekamaru had to actually load some techniques manually into his mech. Why would you just not put those just preloaded? Why waste your time in the middle of a fight?
I liked how they did it. It was fucking
really
cool. Yeah,
okay.
I thought it was cool. Oh, just shoving that thing into the side of the dome he's in and having it. That shit was sweet.
Okay. I'll listen to the mech expert.
The whole time this shit was going, I was like, man, Dan is just probably smiling ear to ear right now.
I was just in my bag. I know, last episode, I was like, oh, we get a Gundam. But no, this wasn't a Gundam. This was Eva from Evangelion. And they even had a bunch of Gurren Lagann references in there. And those are two of my favorite mech anime. So I was hyped this whole time.
Yeah, we had a couple little drills in there. Yeah. I peeped that.
But yeah, I mean, the starting scene where Mekamaru's mech was basically screaming. The Titan scream, by the way, it sounded just like Eren. I'm pretty sure they just ripped that out of Attack on Titan.
Fuck it, give me the sound clip.
And that scene is a direct homage to a scene where the Eva goes berserk in Evangelion, and it was just awesome. I know in the JJK world, they always reference other anime and real life things. Our boy Mekamaru was just watching Evangelion and Gurren Lagann as a kid, and I respect the fuck out of that.
Yeah, I mean, homeboy had to spend a lot of time in that tank he had, so he had to be watching something.
He had Crunchyroll going, let me tell you.
But as this fight was picking up, Geto was getting very, very excited and really laughing and smiling ear to ear. And he was saying, this fight is affecting him. And, Geto was saying, whoever he was talking about was becoming a special grade. And he says, I'm not sure what he was trying to attain from this person, but was he actually talking about Mahito being a special grade?
I thought he was talking about Mekamaru at that level being special grade.
Okay, understood.
I mean, those cursed energy blasts he was throwing out there with the super cannon and all that, that was, in the world of JJK, that is a fuck ton of firepower.
Yes. It was, each one of those was a year of stored cursed energy. So, I mean, those were no joke by any means. And Geto's just smiling, laughing. He knows he's strong. He's got nothing to worry about.
I think Geto was worried about Mahito though. He was like, "Do you want me to step in?" Or I'm pretty sure he asked that several times when Mekamaru started giving him the barrage of attacks, and he was like, "Nah, I got it, bro. Just chill."
Yeah, I mean, that scene was insane, where Mahito was evading the special blast attack with the 4 rainbow missiles. and he switched for like 70 different animals in like a minute running through this forest. It was
That shit was clean, boy.
so clean. It was incredible. Like I was like, oh, they're in their bag right now, dude.
Yes, I know the person that got to animate that specifically was so hyped while he was doing that, or she. But yeah, I thought that was really, really nice, and I definitely did notice that. I played that back, but maybe 3 times. I really enjoyed it. So great use of the transfiguration by Mahito for our benefit. And during this kind of whole barrage, kind of Mech's cable, those big cables coming out of his back into the head, got cut. My man ended up as a dreadhead. Um, and it seems kind of like Mechamaru is getting worked a little bit here. And then, is it actually wise to bring a mech to a cursed energy fight? Didn't look like it was in the end. But right after this, this barrage right here, Mahito does his domain expansion, self-embodiment of perfection. And this is when Mechamaru sends out one of the special attacks that he had loaded earlier, which was simply a simple domain. Was this the first time we had heard about that in this show? Because I do not remember this prior to this episode.
Probably because I think they had to explain it, and when they usually explain stuff like that, it's usually the first time it's brought up. So it makes me believe that it was the first time, because I don't ever recall anybody having domains, like deployable domains. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
Okay. Yeah, it was new shadow style simple domain, and it actually had been made in the Heian era, which is when the Jujutsu sorcery was at its height. And it was actually specifically meant to protect people from other people's domains. Inside of this domain, Mahito does an idle transfiguration and kind of shuts down the mech, but Mechamaru is still able to come back from it. And Geto seemed very, very impressed with Mechamaru, and very happy to see Mech's simple domain go off. Because it seemed like even they were very unsure about how they worked to this point. So they got some intel out of it.
Yeah, definitely. I think that Mechamaru actually got that from Miwa, the girl that he's got a crush on.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm pretty sure when she does that crazy ass sword attack in the first season, she's using simple domains.
Okay.
is she the one that can summon like the cursed tools or whatever?
Yeah.
Okay.
And she's the one that they had the whole flashback to her in this episode when she was just sitting next to the lifeless mini Mechamaru.
Yeah.
Kind of confessing her love a little bit. So that was a nice little side story for about 3 minutes. But Mahito is kind of bragging on himself during this fight. He's like, you didn't think I was going to use a domain inspection or, go all out, being that we're only 10 days away from Halloween. And I don't know if the plan was explained to the Jujutsu High people, but he's like, I will recover by then. I'll be fine fighting you. So, but with the new shadow style simple domain, Mech thinks that he has won the fight because that it's able to latch on him and destroy him. And we actually see Mahito kind of explode and quote unquote die. And Mech goes on and say, this was a happy miscalculation. I got another simple domain in about 9 years of cursed energy left, and all I have to do is beat Geto, which I don't know why the fuck he would say that like that, because it's Geto. You know what I'm saying? This is the guy. You can't really fuck with him like that. I don't know what Mech was thinking.
Yeah, I mean, he said that his winning gambit was just to stall long enough for Gojo to show up. So maybe he's thinking, he's like, oh, I got 9 years left and a simple domain left. Maybe I can actually wait till Gojo gets here.
Well, it wasn't a stall. He knew he had to physically get in contact with Gojo.
Yeah.
So he wanted Geto to bring, to release the veil. So he was actually thinking he was going to beat him.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Come on, bro. Like, you have to know who this is, right?
Yeah, because the whole time he was like talking about how he couldn't get any signals or cell phones or texts or anything like that. They was explaining how all that worked. And because he was like, I'm on my own or whatever. So
right.
But
yeah, he really thought he was about to box Geto. Yeah. What a sad man. But in the end, Mahito actually tricked Mekamaru into believing he had won, and he exploded himself as he got hit with that simple domain and a controlled explosion. And he pretty much came and pieced old buddy up real quick, like.
Yeah, he was looking pretty gnarly after he put himself back together. He was like a disformed, like, worm monster, dude. That thing was gnarly looking.
Yeah, it was pretty gross.
JJK got a thing for worms, is all I know.
They do have a thing for worms, man. Holy shit. Yeah, one thing I loved is when Mahito basically got inside of the giant mech and was going after human Mekamaru. He summoned a little Mekamaru. The OG's back. And that scene, I went back and watched like 3 times because I'm like, holy shit, did he have drills on his hand? There's a scene where he's going back for a punch and he has like 8 little drills on his hand. And I was like, my man really did love Gurren Lagann. This might be my favorite JJK character right now, dude. His drill will be the drill to pierce the heavens.
God bless.
I'm assuming that's a reference.
Yeah, we got to get you to watch Gurren Lagann, dude.
If we throw it on a showdown throwdown, you can guarantee I can watch 3 episodes of it.
Well,
at least.
Bass has already seen it. I made Bass
pretty
watch
fucking
one
good.
night.
Yeah, no, we got drunk as shit and just watched Gurren Lagann. It's a good day. It's a good day.
Well, maybe you'll get lucky and I'll feel like watching it one day on my own. So
that would be, if you wanted to watch a mech anime, that would be the one for you to watch, I think.
I thought y'all said Witch of Mercury.
Okay, yeah, but that's mid as fuck. I think you'd like Kamina a lot as a character. That's what I'm gonna say.
Yeah, I think
that on Gurren Lagann?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. We'll check it out maybe one day for the podcast. You know, maybe we can make a bet or something in the future.
Do it for the people, man. Do it for the people.
I was gonna say everybody in our Discord just talked about it's loved it. So, just saying.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. But anyway, after the fight, Mahito and Geto were like talking, and Geto was like, that was a little dangerous, man. I wasn't sure you were going to survive that. And Mahito was pretty much like, I had the entire situation under control. I tricked that kid into believing I was dead, and then I came back and caught him off guard once he went after you. Easy peasy. But Geto goes to say, it was good that they saw that simple domain, and he actually got to finish adjusting the entrusted veil. And now there won't be any problems with entrusting the veil, the curated energy and chant to others. So what exactly do you guys believe Geto was talking about? Or are we about to get right into it?
I think we're about to get right into it.
All right. And Geto also picked up a small pin from the ground. What do you guys think that was? Was that like the veil activator, or it was like a small pin covered in a brown paper he was holding in his hand? And we had like a still shot of it too in the episode.
No, I don't recall what that actually is.
Okay.
Or I don't recall seeing it, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, it seemed like it was pretty important because, Geto was just like walking along, looked down, picked it up, and he kind of like just held it up in front of his face, and we got his POV of just looking at it for a couple of seconds. So it seemed pretty important. So I'm not sure exactly what it was, but it might have been the thing that activates that entrusted veil.
Yeah, it's definitely, anytime you ever see something wrapped in paper in JJK, it's always some really powerful cursed object, I feel like.
Right, they're trying to
Ooh, okay.
conceal the power in it. Yeah.
It's like the fingers and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Same. Cool. Now we get to October 31st, 2018. We get a little description that a 400-meter diameter veil is placed over the Toyu department store's Toyoko outlet. And we see a bunch of drunk people kind of just trying to celebrate Halloween. And some of them can kind of see the veil and they're looking up at, what is that? While other people are like, what the fuck are y'all talking about? But it's just some regular ass people, non-sorcerers. And that many collected in one spot and a veil coming down. I think you guys know what's up. Ghetto's about to kill him some monkeys.
The vacuum cleaner is about to get turned on.
Into the abyss you go. And that's exactly what we see once the veil comes down, and we see a couple of dozen people getting kind of swept into this void type deal. And we see Jujutsu High and a bunch of sorcerers coming out, standing around of it. Some of them have been in it for intel, and they're saying, really, only normal people can't get out. They can come and go as they please. So, but Jujutsu High has kind of come up with a plan. It's like, look, we need to reduce casualties on our end, so we're going to send in one man. And we all know who that man is. He's the man.
The GOAT.
Our blue-eyed boy.
Well, they're not only sending him in just because he's the man, it's because he's wanted in there. So
yes. So somehow, whoever has put down this veil has pretty much told people to say, bring Satoru Gojo. He needs to come. So this definitely seems like a trap. And I think anybody with half a brain would say, look here and say, look, they have hostages, and these hostages just happen to know who Gojo is. Unlikely. So somebody's trying to lure Gojo here. We understand he's the strongest, but would you still send him in knowing that this is most definitely a trap for him?
Who's going to stop Gojo? He's gonna go in there,
even if you know that Gojo's gonna go in regardless, I don't think I send him in alone. Not only is he the strongest, he's my biggest asset.
But the thing is, if you don't send him in alone, then the other people that you send in with him is just gonna get in his way and cause him to possibly have more chances of getting hurt or killed.
Well, I say you make a plan. Tell Gojo what to do instead of playing into the enemy's hands willingly.
Yeah, at the same time, though, you got to think that even though they're playing into the enemy's plan, it's still Gojo.
Yeah.
So, good luck.
He's still the man,
You ask what you're gonna receive.
Yeah, I don't like to give my enemy what they want because they want it for a reason. And anybody brave enough to call out Gojo by fucking name, give me a break. They got some kind of plan going on. So something's cooking, and I don't know what it is.
Well, see, the crazy thing is that that I caught on to, I don't know if y'all did or not, but the whole reason why they allow cursed users or sorcerers to come and go as they please, but not allow regular humans / monkeys to leave. It's because if they blocked off the sorcerers, they would be able to break that veil. But since they let them come and go as they please, they're going to have more trouble breaking that veil because, it's not focused at them. You know what I mean?
Well, I believe this is like this curated veil that Geto made, because I think during the episode they actually said that the veil couldn't be broken
by sorcerers.
Yes, by
easily.
sorcerers.
I'm pretty sure they can break it. It just takes a lot more time because, it's not fighting against them is what they said, kind of.
Yeah, I think it'll just let cursed energy flow through it. So, how the hell are you going to blow that up unless you got One Punch Man in the background somewhere?
Right.
But did they show the audience who was in there, or are we just assuming who's in there?
I mean, it's got to be Geto. They were talking about Halloween.
I mean, it's got to be Geto and Mahito, but I'm just wondering if they actually did show that, or if we're just assuming that. I mean, it's got to be though, because he's the only one that's going to ask for Gojo.
Yeah, it's definitely Geto or some Geto minions. But if I was Geto, I would do this myself. He knows Gojo is the strongest, and in order to get any of his larger plan done, he's got to find a way to defeat Gojo. And he was, Mahito was talking about Halloween, and here it is 10 days later. and it's Halloween, and some shit's going down. All signs point to Geto.
Yeah. But thankfully, for us as viewers, they sent Gojo in without coming up with some plan because we're about to get some gas.
Oh yeah, no, like I'm not exactly mad. It's not what I would have done, but I'm happy about
it. Yeah, that's the last thing we've seen is Gojo just walks in, accidentally bumps into someone, and is like, okay, it's time or whatever.
Yeah, he's about to get active.
I just love that the hostages were like, I don't know who the fuck this Gojo guy is, but he better show up soon. I want to get out of here.
Yeah,
Boy, you ain't leaving.
Thought it was really weird that some of the people didn't remember other civilians getting killed by that vacuum, even though some of them were right next to it.
Oh no, they did. They basically were like, yeah, we just go to the station and take a train out. But
well, some of them didn't remember it, and that guy was saying, "Are you guys crazy? That just happened."
I think it's big. I think it's too big. I don't think some people actually know what happened,
I mean, they're all pretty turned too, so maybe they're just at that level.
Whatever it is, it's about to be lit next episode.
We about to find out. Somebody's got the little chart out, they fixing to find out. So
yes. You think they could is sealing a thing in this anime? Because I feel like that's the only way you can beat Gojo.
I pray to God they don't pull some Naruto ass bullshit and just seal the bad guy up.
Well, I mean, so Gojo. This is a Gojo trap. They have to have some way to defeat them if you're gonna lure them somewhere.
I'm not gonna talk here. I've been spoiled a few too many times.
Oh shit. Okay.
I mean, I haven't really been spoiled, but I think I know what's about to happen somewhat.
Got it.
Just based off of context clues of spoilers that I've almost seen and just hints of people beating around the bush.
See, this is why I've shut down my Twitter. I can't do it right now.
Gojo's about to get locked up in the belly of a baby boy. I'm just kidding.
Sweet baby boy.